Hello and welcome. My name is Ira and I'm here today to show a new set and a new item. It's one of my tea collection goodies, and it's gonna be a set of 2 journals. Actually, the first one is a junk journal with Alice in Wonderland theme, and the second is as well like Alice 5 o'clock or Tea with Alice. I haven't yet decided. Actually, that comes as kind of a gift to add up to the main journal. So it's smaller and I'll show it a bit later. So in general, it's soft cover, and there is an assortment of papers, and this is a fussy cut image of the collection of DCWV and garden tea, something like that. Well, some brads and some cotton, coffee stained cotton, and covered with a little bit of specific pastel pink dusty rose, and this is the back cover, and a little bit of lace here. It's glossy with some glitter, and it shines, and you can feel the touch of it is very different. Like this one is rough, this one is smooth, and the combination is nice of textures. So this is the front cover, inside part. It's as I usually do it, with kind of side pocket, and this is a flower with distressed petals, buttons, and lace. This is a tag with the name of this piece, and a couple of journaling cards for your notes. So this is the first actually page of the first signature. All in all, there are 2 signatures, and I used a combination of methods to fix the elements. I somehow hand stitched them. Sometimes I used staples or brads. And here you can see the first element of Alice in Wonderland collection. This is a white rabbit, and some fussy cut images. And yes, in this journal I used a lot of glitter glue to decorate some pieces and some petal elements. Well, a couple of buttons and a side pocket. The side pocket with a tag, and actually this is the stamp, probably the piece from the stamp packaging case, but it suits the color scheme. This is a combination of different, again, structures and textures for the paper, glossy with glitter, and that's why you can feel the touch of it. It's even very uneven, so when I pressed it, ironed it, it still has this, like, wavy texture. Yeah, this is also some kind of very textured, looking like corrugated but very thin paper, more like tissue, and an assortment of different patterned paper, like lined paper from copybooks, notebooks, composition books. This is coffee stained pink, and this is coffee stained normal printing paper with, as you can see, some pattern of doilies. This is the envelope, in fact, with a couple of would-be tags, and this is the second part of the envelope, and this is a coin from the same Alice collection, and a couple of tags for your notes or anything else that you would prefer. And yes, this is one more tag of the main paper collection, and decorated with pieces of cotton and silk as well. Okay, one more page from the quiz book that I have, and another piece of white rabbit pattern. There's a flip that can be used actually to hold your pictures or to hold your ephemera, and one belly band, and another tag which is glossy and glittered. And as you can see, I used the same stencil with polka dot, and you can see that it somehow reflects the polka dot that is used. This design, this pattern is quite often used in the collection, the paper collection, and more than that, I guess that the theme itself presupposes using this kind of pattern. Some edges of the pages are punched with Martha Stewart punch, border punch. This is the rose, okay, brass rose pendant, and one more pocket with the insert, one more cup, and there's one, one more side. It's quite heavy weight, you can use it as well, and you probably can recognize the packaging from some stencil, in fact. So this is one more bigger tag with some pattern of different textured actually fabric. The second part of that, and that's almost the end of the first, yes, that's the end of the first signature. And again, one more cup, a mug probably, and some more petals and doilies and so on. So as you can see, the inside cover is also stained with paint, and this is actually this specific vintage paint, Dusty Rose, as I told you. Okay, this is ribbon to use as a bookmark, and one more collage, this time with probably Mad Hatter, yeah, if I remember well. And some buttons here, by the way. The buttons also have some teapots or teacups on them, as you can see. Some fabric and some cheesecloth and a lot of tea bags all over. Okay, and actually this is one more pocket for another tag with very interesting structure and pattern, and it's also a paper bag which holds this set of tags, or like pieces where you can write, and one more piece to take notes. One more slightly decorated with paint, and actually a little bit embossed with a doily page. And this is a real tea bag, like it's a package of a tea bag collection, milk oolong, or oolong as they call it here. And I use it as pocket, but actually can be opened. It's like not that easy. Okay, and one more tag with lace, cotton lace, and a piece of handmade paper. This is my, you know that I make handmade paper, and I use it here and there. Some more collage, and you can see another beautiful page made of this amazing, fantastic paper collection, and a key, which is actually brass key, which is actually one of the symbols, key symbols, I would say, of Alice's theme. And Cheshire cat, Shire probably, yes, cat, as you can see, is also like featuring here. Okay, and this one can be taken and insert. Another collage, this time with petals and glitter glue and lace, cotton lace. and there is a lot of place to write, I would say, so you can it can be used as like memorabilia, keepsake journal, or it can be used as a girlish journal, or just if you are fond of baking or cooking candies or any type of desserts, it can be used for that. Some tags for the side pocket, which is actually a photo mat at the same time, so you can put a photo mat or a picture or any memorabilia. And one more die cut with Alice, and collage with many layers with different textures, and it's paper, it's lace, it's hand knitted fabric, and a lot of stuff like that. And that's almost all about the pages. Yes, one more. This is, as you can see, this is a die cut about tea, coffee pot, and cups. And one more collage, the same theme. As usual, 2 pockets, a lot of acrylic paint, and a lot of actually gesso here. And you can see here is follow your dream saying, and 2 tags made of the paper strips of the same collection. One more pocket for a set of tags that can be used for your ideas, and 3 tulip flowers, as I have some here, and a pencil that can be used. Well, you know how to use pencils, I guess. So that's the end of the first journal, of the main one, and there is a smaller additional version. I wanted it just to go as like, you know, tiny edition. It's really small. It has hardcover, semi-hard, semi-soft. What I mean is that first of all, it matches the main cloth and stylistic of the main journal. The same theme. You can see the polka dot teapot, and you can see this crown, which is from Alice's collection, the same brads, and the same color scheme. In fact, the cover here is cardboard based, and then it's covered with some soft insert, and to make it a little bit puffy, and after that covered with the same cloth. This is for writing mostly, and it's made grungy and a lot of mixed media, so media is used here. I decided to, like, you know, to make it as grungy, dirty looking as the previous one, because I'm a little bit tired of neat and, you know, girlish stuff, although it can easily be transformed into one. So as you can see, the inside is covered with it's just scrapbooking paper that I covered with sprays with the same dusty rose acrylic paint, and I used the stencil to cover it with distress paint, as far as I remember, crackle paint by Tim Holtz and Ranger, and it's rose and it gives it's pink and it gives fantastic cracks. It's like, oh wow. And the second side is just the same, and you can see again polka dot pattern beneath. This is the main pattern of the basic paper, and the inside is like 4 signatures. All in all, it's about 64 sides to write. It has this tiny bookmark with a tea kettle, right, and an assortment of coffee stained pink paper. And as you can see, when when I actually immersed paper into coffee water, I got this, you know, peachy color. As for the main journal, as you can see, when you just cover it with a brush, you get a much lighter effect. So this is an assortment combination of different methods. And I stamped almost every page with with the stamps made after the illustration by the author. And these are the illustrations from, well, matching the topic of Alice in Wonderland. That's it. And yes, the spine is also covered, inside part of the spine is also covered with the same, with the paint, because I wanted this one to be really crunchy and like to break this, to add the theme of Alice, a little bit of grunginess and naughtiness, as is normal for the atmosphere of this tale. So thank you for watching, and I hope to come up with new projects, with a couple of new projects soon, because I have a lot of ideas as usual. One, as I told, it's going to be the common project, or project like a collaboration project. I will talk about that soon. And the other will be my art book mixed media project, which is merely for fun and pleasure. Thank you for watching. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye bye.